This is the Moorer who upset Evander Holyfield to win the heavyweight championship of the world and become the first southpaw ever to hold the title. And then, of course, against George Foreman, who was waiting to land the right hand that ultimately ended the fight dramatically. He came back recently against a young man named Davis.
Robert Davis.
Robert hurt him badly, knocked him down twice in the first round, and then went on to win a 10-round decision.
David TUA outboxed by Ike Ibeabuchi in one of the greatest heavyweight fights of the last 20 years, a fight that broke all the CompuBox records for punches thrown by heavyweights. Then later outboxed by Lennox Lewis when he got his chance at the title, and outboxed by Chris Bird as well. But in various other fights where TUA has been outboxed, he's been able to bail himself out with late knockouts. In fact, the late knockout from even or behind on the scorecards is pretty much a David TUA specialty.
He is a stoic Buddha with power.
He switched promoters midway through his career, and one of the staff members from his old promoter came to me tonight and said, you know, after what we saw against Jeff Wooden early in his career, we would never have put him in against another southpaw. I don't think it's necessarily just southpaws that give TUA trouble. Boxers do. Let's take a closer look with Larry Merchant.
Some of the highlights and lowlights. He first made his announcement as a big-time fighter in an even fight when he came on and stopped David Izon late in the fight. Then, of course, he was outboxed by Lennox Lewis and gave a disappointing performance because he just didn't throw enough punches. And then against Chris Bird, Bird just neutralized that left hook, didn't let him land it. A powerful punch isn't a punch if you can't land it. And finally, against Frez Oquendo, he was losing every round and once again came on late, but this time notably with right hands, something we hadn't seen before.
Two quality heavyweights in the ring. The winner, in theory, will move into position for a chance to fight #1 contender Vladimir Klitschko in the fall. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Donald Trump's Taj Mahal Casino Resort here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, this is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Brought to you by Gill Promotions, DeBella Entertainment, Cedric Kushner Promotions, Main Events, and the motion picture Undisputed, starring Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames, in U.S. theaters Friday, August 23rd. Sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Chairman Gerald Gormley. The three judges at ringside scoring this contest on the 10-point must system will be John Potteray, John Stewart, and Steve Weisfeld. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, former U.S. Olympic fencing teamer Rudy Battle. And now, from the Trump Taj Mahal of Atlantic City to the men and women now serving in the armed forces of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green and officially weighing in at 224 pounds. His professional record stands at 43 victories, including 34 knockouts, with 2 losses and a draw, and 3 world titles. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, here is the former light heavyweight world champion and former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Michael MOORER. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trimmed with white, and officially weighing 243 pounds. He brings an outstanding professional record to the ring, consisting of 40 victories, including 35 knockouts, with only 3 defeats. From South Auckland, New Zealand, currently rated by all as one of the best heavyweights in the world, the TUAMAN, David TUA.
Take the beads off. Okay, gentlemen, you've both received your pre-fight instructions. I expect a clean break at all times. I'm looking forward to a nice, clean contest. Protect yourselves at all times. Good luck to both of you. Shake hands.
Emmanuel, is it possible for heavyweights to give us a Gaddy versus a Ward?
Yeah,
or a Morales versus a Barrera? Or do they hit too hard?
Yeah, but it could happen. You know, don't forget Michael Moore has been in one of those with Bert Cooper. And also, Tua has been in a few of them himself, too. I think one of the fights, I think, when he fought with Izod and also Ibeabuchi.
Oh, the Ibeabuchi fight was unbelievable.
Yeah, they've both been in those type fights.
On the other hand, this could become a chess match if Moorer is able to box for 36 minutes, or for 30 minutes, I should say. Scheduled for 10, not for 12.
Get off his head.
David Tua gets in 2 body punches early. The ribcage of Moorer, and down goes Moorer.
I would say Moore's leaning in. He's not moving at all. It's over with.
There's a 30-second knockout right there. And that's what makes David Tua David Tua.
Well, and also, Jim, it was the body punches that made it happen.
Absolutely.
And body punches is something we never used to see David Tua throw. He was so left hook conscious, thinking that he would always get the left hook in, that he didn't work on his other stuff. That was what was impressive about that knockout.
He's throwing his right hand a lot more and more confident, but Moorer bent down instead of moving around and bent right into the power, and Tua came out and started to punch him. Very busy, didn't waste any time at all.
This is very reminiscent of Tua's knockout of John Ruiz in 19 seconds several years ago, a fight which has had a marked effect on the heavyweight division since then and has been mentioned so frequently that Ruiz is sick to death of hearing about it, but that's about the same thing that happened to Ruiz, where Tua just simply came out, caught him with power shots early, and Ruiz never recovered. Michael Moorer tasted those 2 body shots and was gone.
As we pointed out, Jim, Michael Moorer had a terrific career early on. He hadn't won a significant fight in 8 years. David Tua was beating a name more than a serious heavyweight opponent tonight.
And Tua came in seemingly much more spirited and much more into the fight. Moore came in very, very relaxed, as if he really didn't want to be here.
Well, guys, let's take a look at the entire round in normal speed. And Emmanuel, Larry's going to the ring, so you and I will watch this again. Watch the body shots early. Boom.
Moore is bending in too much. He's not utilizing his height at all. In fact, it's being to his disadvantage by being in because he can't punch as effectively.
There's a hard right hand by Tua. Well, talk about how much he's improved his right hand. That was a straight right cross.
It was more of a right hook, I think.
Yeah, right swept it a little. You're right.
And Moore didn't even see it. Fighting in too close where he's not effective, and the guy with the short arms is extremely comfortable in that position.
Well, Michael Moorer said, no matter what happens, even if I lose the fight, that's not the end of me as a contender, because lots of things can happen in the heavyweight division, but because of the nature of the loss, he may be whistling in the dark.
It may be very difficult for him to come back, and especially in view of the fact that he has not done anything impressively for the most part in the last 8 years.
Emmanuel, you've spent a lot of time with Michael in the past few weeks. Did you have a sense that something like this could be possible?
It's always possible. But yeah, the one thing that's really difficult with Michael, he does not like boxing. And it's very difficult for anybody to be extremely successful, in particular competing on this level up here. in a sport where he doesn't really like. And but Tua came in much more into the fight, I think, mentally and spiritually, and that was a big, big factor in addition to his punching power.
David Tua celebrates a stunning 30-second knockout victory. I call it 30. Let's hear the official timing from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Trump Taj Mahal, this contest comes to an end. The official time, 30 seconds into round number 1. Your referee, Rudy Battle, waves off the 10 count and calls a halt to the bout. The winner by knockout victory, TUAMAN, David Tua.
Well, there was a hunch that Michael Moorer might be able to use his greater skill to outbox David Tua. He never got the chance. Tua came out and landed 8 of 12 power punches. He threw 4 jabs. They were non-essential in the attack. Moorer never got off at all. And you can see that it only took 16 total thrown punches for David Tua to score the 30-second knockout of Michael Moorer. And Larry Merchant stands by with the winner, David Tua.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, David. David, leading up to the fight, there were 2 salient points being made. One was of your friendship with Michael Moorer. Did that mean anything to you in this fight?
Larry, you know, like I said, you know, I'm a friend of Michael's from before. I'm always going to be his friend tonight. It was strictly business, nothing personal. I came out, we worked very, very hard in the gym to make it work, and I thank God everything worked out great tonight.
The other thing was your manager and trainer said that you were the biggest underachiever in the heavyweight division. Did that anger you, inspire you? What does it mean to you?
Well, nobody will understand why I do what I do, but it's about the person next to you. I'm just happy to be given an opportunity. I respect what Kevin feels, and you know, I believe it too. But you know, I just gotta have to concentrate on each fight and just trying to do better.
All right. What we saw, even in that brief time, was one how you went to the body and threw right hands. This is something that you used to not do and stay active. Is this the kind of thing Kevin Barry has been trying to get you to do?
Larry, you couldn't have said it any better.
All right, let's take a look at that fight. It won't take us very long. Describe what you see.
Well, I came in, I knew it was going to either come out fast or come out slow, and you know, just by the look of things, when he took his rope up, he was very dry. So, you know, we practiced in the gym what we were going to do tonight, and we came out and did it. We sat fast, worked to the body, and then go to the top.
Did you have any kind of phobia about southpaws? You've had difficulty with southpaws going back beyond Bird to some other fellas who gave you a hard time.
Mr. Merchant, I mean, what can I say? You know, everything else has happened for a reason. You know, it's a learning experience. All I can do is to learn from it and move on.
Do you have any specific opponents you would like to see?
Just, what do you think, Kev?
Larry, David Tua's never dodged any opponent right throughout his career, so why would we start now?
All right, so where do we want to start? Would you want to fight Bird again, or Rockman again,
what we want to do is we want to enjoy the victory that we've just had tonight, a brilliant victory, and then we'll take care of the business after that.
As Kevin said, you know, I'm happy to fight anybody, but you know, like I said before, you know, the obvious dream is to fight for the title again, but more than anything else, I would like to sit on more realistic terms, and that's to concentrate on fighting tonight and enjoy this victory. And we're looking forward to going back to the drawing board and waiting to see who we're going to fight next.
Do you think that you're young enough to be totally revived off of these last 2 victories over Akendo and Moorer to give you and catapult you in a fresh way up to the top of the division?
I know how I feel, and as an analyst, how do you think, sir?
Well, I think we all saw what we saw. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you. Manuel,
Jim?
love you, Mom.
All right, thanks very much. I think it's fairly clear what we learn about Moorer from a moment of violence like that. What, if anything, do we learn about Tua from